My name is Razak Osholale Oduyemi. I'm 45 years old. I'm from Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. I'm a project management professional and also a registered migration consultant. I'm making this video to enable me obtain justice regarding the irresponsible and irresponsible conduct of Qatar Airways and how the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has allowed this to happen with impunity, which is what obtains at the Lagos, the Muritala International Airport, Lagos at Ncaa, Lagos, Nigeria. The event happened on the 16th of October 2021. We booked a ticket. That means myself, my wife, and my daughter. We booked a ticket from Canada to travel to Nigeria. We embarked on our journey on the 2nd of September 2021. We arrived in Nigeria on the 2nd of September 2021. So we were meant to return to Canada on the 16th of October 2021. Upon arriving at the airport, we got to the airport at about 3:30 for our flight to take off at 7:20 p.m. So we arrived at the airport at 3:20 p.m. at 3:30 p.m. So we met a long queue at the airport. We were on the queue, but we got to the profiler desk at about 5:30 or 5:45. So we were going through our clearance for boarding pass, and I gave our COVID test, the PCR test results, and also our passport and our right to arrive in Canada. So the profiler on this date, checked our COVID test result and also asked us where we were going, we were traveling to. So we told him Canada. So he said he asked for our ArriveCAN application, which I told him the ArriveCAN application is not a requirement. Is a requirement that could be done within 72 hours of arriving, in Canada. And because our flight from Lagos is going from Lagos to Doha, so the ArriveCAN application could be done while we were on flight or when we arrive in Doha before we embarked on the next connecting flight to Canada. So, but the profiler insisted. So I said, okay, I could quickly do it if you wanted. So, which I actually commenced, trying to, fill the ArriveCAN application. But while I was doing this, the profiler said again that, look, even if you completed the ArriveCAN application, that you won't be able to go on this flight. And I asked him why. He now pointed to an Indian man who came from where I didn't know actually, but it was at the counter where they checked baggages. So he said, because that man would not allow us to go on the flight. So when he said that, I stopped, the application, and I approached the Indian man, who is a Qatar station manager by name Bati, and he said I should wait behind the rope, outside the counter. So which I did. So because he was busy trying to address or talk to some other people at the counter. So after a few minutes, I went back to him to seek his attention again. He told me to wait behind the rope, so he was going to come and see me. But unfortunately, he didn't come. So I was told he went for departure protocol, flight departure protocol. So they told me he was going to come back to the office, the Qatar Airways office at the airport. So I waited for him to come back. So he came back at about 7:30, at about 8 o'clock after the departure protocols. So I tried to approach him again because when I got to Qatar's Airways office area, I met some other passengers or stranded passengers. So the account I was able to gather was that, they've been coming and going and coming, back and forth. They've not been able to travel because Qatar has been treating them that way. So I was worried again, because I needed to get the reassurance that we're going to be able to travel on the next flight, which was going to be at about 6 a.m. and the check-in was going to start at 2 a.m. the next day, which was 17th of October 2021. So because we were on a flexible ticket, because due to COVID, airlines are made to issue or to sell flexible ticket to people traveling, passengers traveling from America and Canada. I think this happens, almost in all countries because of COVID. Because it's possible for a passenger to have COVID, to contract COVID, and they will not be able to travel. So they don't want to deny them, that right of traveling when they are treated, or being able to get their money back from the airline. So I approached the Qatar Airways station manager, Mr. Bati, so to seek reassurance that we'll be able to travel on the next flight so that we can sleep over at the airport, and so it will be easy for us to check in the next morning. But while I was approaching him to say, you asked me to wait for you 2 times, but you didn't still, now we've missed the flight, it's all right, but we want to be sure that we'll be able to travel on the next flight so that we can sleep at the airport. All he could tell me was, you people came late without even listening to me to know the reason why we were not able to go on the flight. So while I was trying to seek his audience that, please sir, you need to listen to me to know the reason why we couldn't, or the reason why we were denied check-in on that night, he was not going to listen. So some of the other ladies, because there are a lot of passengers that could not go on the flight. So I was told afterward that, some people, a lady was recording the event, and one of the Qatar Airways female officials was trying to drag the phone from the lady, and that, transpired into a bit of confrontation. So the airport security came in, and they were able to disperse everybody, and they got us to explain what happened. So at this point, so we were told to make the report to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, who is supposed to be the regulatory authority. So we went to their desk, we lodged our complaint. They took us back to Qatar Airways' office. So they went in the office with the Qatar Airways officials. When they came out, they took our passport. So we thought they were going to put us on preferential list for the following morning flight. But after they finished with, Qatar Airways official, they came out, they took the Qatar Airways station manager off. So I believe that they tried to let him go home. So they took us to their counter afterwards. So they told some of us that they might blacklist, some other people might be able to travel, things like that. So the following morning, we tried to change our ticket. So I realized that we could not, so our tickets have been suspended. So I took a form from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, the Ncaa, to complete a complaint. So to make a formal complaint, which I did that night. So it's the 16th of October 2021. So the following morning, we couldn't fly. The 17th of October, we couldn't fly 2021. So we went back home. So I got a phone call from an official of the Ncaa that we could come for a meeting. So we went for the meeting on Monday, the 18th of October 2021. So all I was told was to go and apologize to Qatar Airways official. And I asked the lady that was going to take me there. I think she is called Rose and Mrs. Kadri. I said, what am I going to apologize for? What have I done wrong? They said I should just apologize so that I can travel this, that. I said, that's not right. Qatar Airways was overbooked for the flight, which was okay, it's allowed by the law. But it comes with a minimum responsibility on the part of Qatar Airways or the airline towards the passengers. So Qatar Airways was unable to airlift us because the flight was fully booked, or because they were overbooked because they couldn't check all the passengers onto the flight for boarding because of COVID protocols. So it is left for Qatar Airways to be responsible to take care of the passengers, which is a requirement by aviation industry convention and regulations. So this was what we were seeking from Qatar Airways. They wouldn't even communicate with us to let us know why we have missed the flight, why, what our rights are, when are we going to be able to, get another flight. So we've been on this one for about 3 weeks. So I was invited for another meeting when I realized that the Ncaa officials are patronizing Qatar Airways officials, in the sense that they are not trying to do their, to act responsibly, because they were supposed to investigate what has happened. Probably they could go and check the airport CCTV footage for the date and time, because I specified in my complaint the time, the event happened and all of that. So I expected them to go and investigate the matter and order Qatar Airways or whoever is at fault to do the needful. So I was waiting for this wouldn't happen. So I called the Ncaa regional manager, Mrs. Peru, on the 19th of October 2021 to report our staff, the Ncaa staff, to her that I was not happy with the way they were handling our complaint, or the way they were trying to resolve the complaint. So Mrs. Peru called us in for a meeting, which we went for on the 25th of October 2021. So while I was in the meeting with them, they persuaded me to not let them, review the CCTV footage, but they could talk to Qatar Airways officials so that they will let us travel. Because even though they still suggested me going to apologize, which I still declined, but they said probably they were going to apologize on my behalf, which I don't know why they want to do anyway. But I told them anyway, we're happy to travel. They should just reinstate our ticket and also pay for our COVID test results. So they said they were going to get back to us after the meeting on the 25th of October 2021. So I waited for their response from the 25th of October 2021. I did not receive any response until 28th of October. I put a call through to Mrs. Peru. Mrs. Peru now said that the airline official requested to review the CCTV footage, and they want to review the CCTV footage. Okay, if they want to, let them go ahead and do that. On the 31st of October, I received a mail from Qatar Airways, because I also sent a complaint to Qatar Airways customer service through their website. So they sent a letter dated 28th of October 2021 stating that they have blacklisted me, that will not be, because I was engaged in a non-acceptable conduct on the flight. They mentioned the number of the flight, and on this flight we were not even boarded. We were not even given boarding pass. We were not checked in. So I don't know how I got on the board of the plane or the flight to be engaged in a non-acceptable conduct. What happened was we missed the flight. We were not checked in, and I tried to seek reassurance from the Qatar Airways station manager so that we'll be able to sleep over at the airport and go on the next flight, which was going to be the next morning on the 17th of October 2021 at about 6 a.m. So we were on these, and I realized that the Ncaa officials were compromised, so I realized we were not going to get justice, because so based on that, we decided to buy another ticket, because my daughter needed to return back to school and we needed to return back to work as well, and it was taking too long. So I decided to purchase another ticket with another airline, so we were able to fly on the 7th of November 2021. So you can imagine the process of trying to resolve the matter, which has not even been resolved up to date, since on the 16th of October to 7th of November 2021. So we had a little kid who was going to return to school, and we were supposed to return to work. So I thought they decided to like play a delay tactic so that they knew we were not going to wait forever. So we needed to go back to our base. Anyway, so we traveled back. And before we traveled, they were trying to say I should come and review CCTV footage. And I was like, you persuaded me not to review CCTV. And in the first instance, you needed to even investigate the claim or the allegations of Qatar Airways officials to know whether that actually happened. It's only when it happened that you can call us in to come and see what we have done. Because I was sure I have video evidences of what happened because someone was recording the event and we have that evidence. But you did not investigate, you did not go and review the CCTV footage of the airport. But you calling us in to come and review the CCTV footage. So I told them to send an official invite so that way I could contract a lawyer to come with me for the review and to take up the case. But the Ncaa officials would not send an invite until on Monday, Monday the 8th of November. So they said they've been invited by FAAN, the Federal Aviation Authority of Nigeria, that they can come and review the city footage at 11 a.m. on that day. So they sent us an invite for an 11 o'clock meeting at 11:26 on the 8th of November 2021. And I was wondering, how do you want someone to attend a meeting at 11 o'clock when you have sent them the invite at 11:26 a.m.? This shows how unscrupulous, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority officials are. They try to protect, the airlines at the expense of the consumers, the passengers, who are paying the bills of everyone. I tried when I realized that the station manager, the regional manager of Nigerian